Hey y'all green thumbs out there, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Gardening and Crock. Today, I got something very special for you. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you my grow room. Show you how I germinate and grow my seedlings. Let's get started. To where the magic happens. Welcome to my grow room. I'll take you and give you a real quick tour of this guy real quick. But you can see I have several stations in here. 6, in a matter of fact. Potentially 8 if I wanted to. If I remove that water barrel, I could add another 2 shelves in. The first thing that I want to talk about is the shelving. I spent probably a little bit too much on my shelving, but that's good. You need something that's heavy duty, and you need something that's easy to maintain and easy to clean. I like mine because you can see it's got these grids on them. You can see the grids. Makes it easy for me to attach my lights with the zip ties. Lets the water spill through if it needs to spill through. I can also take them and I can easily adjust the heights of the shelves. Allows me to customize my growing experience. For example, I have this shelf a little bit lower for when the plants first start out, and then once they get a little bit bigger, I'll move them up to this one and so forth. And I'll do that as needed. Some plants don't get that tall in the grow room, some do. It makes a huge difference on having the space to be able to do things. I have a total setup of 6 shelves right now. That helps me to grow lots of plants. If we do another seed sale, that really makes a difference on how many seedlings I can produce and be ready to sell. So that helps out a ton. The next thing I want to go over is these shop lights that I got. I got this branch turned off. So these come in packs of 12. They are 2,000 lumens and 6,500 kelvins. 6,500 kelvins. Kelvins is important because that's the daylight spectrum. That helps the plants get plenty of light. When you're starting your seedlings off, you like to have the light as close as possible to the plants. You could even probably put it closer than this, but I find my plants don't get leggy down here. When they get a little bit bigger, I move them up and so forth. You don't need to use all 12 on one shelf. I've gotten by with about 6. I've gotten by with 8, different things like that. So these are plenty bright for what you need to grow with. These are fairly cheap. I got them on off of Amazon. At one point in time, I think before the pandemic, I was getting them for less than $50. Now I think they're about $75 to $89 or something like that. Next is the temperature control. So let's take this tray out. Ooh, you can feel it's warm under there. And I have several of these little heat mats. These are awesome for germinating seeds. There's some seeds you don't need these on, like let's say your cool weather crops, like your cabbages, your Brussels sprouts, your broccolis, different things like that. You don't really need that. For your peppers, I'd recommend. For your tomatoes, different things like that, I would definitely recommend that. You put them on trays, and if you put these domes over them, your seedlings will take off in no time. The next thing we need to probably talk about are going to be trays. I absolutely love these trays from Greenhouse Megastore. These are heavy duty seedling trays. These work out really well. I pair these with, let me get one of these out real quick. Let's get one that's got some plants in it. I pair these with these either 12 or 6 cell seedling starters. I can get 6 of these in one of these trays Those work out real well. They do come with a base. These come with a base and a lid that you can put on top. But I like to use, I'll lose my broccoli. I like to use these and simply put them in the tray. One reason behind that is I water from underneath. I just have to water one time and I get 6 of these trays watered. These work out excellent. And then I also only have to put the lid on the trays just once. I don't have to pull up each lid every time and whenever I go to water and so forth. So the trays are very important. Once I get these plants are big enough, I'll upgrade them. I'll either upgrade them to a styrofoam or plastic cup, or what else works great, greenhouse mega stores, are these guys. You can get several of these guys to fit in the trays, or several of these to fit in the trays at once. So that way you can expand your seed growth. They all have holes on the bottom, so you just pull one of these guys and you water accordingly. Those work out fantastic. That is very important, very handy to keep water close. It is future plans to have a water spigot with a nice filter and to be able to have some nice filtered water down here, hence why I have the big 15-gallon jug. But for now, we just make do. This guy right here is hooked up to my water heater, and I just turn the valve open. I usually tend to fill this up. Sometimes I do use this on the mist setting, and I'll mist all the plants. I just tend to fill this right up, take it, lift up a tray, and dump it in there. That's where you can tell that these little 6-pack seedlings are nice to have in those big tray. I used to fill up each one of these individually, and that took forever. This takes 1/6 of the time. After the seedlings get so big, it is very handy to have some type of fan blowing on them. A lot of times I'll take these and I'll rig them up and have the fan blowing on them. What this does is it hardens them off, or helps for hardening them off. And by what I mean by that is it makes the plant's stems a little bit stronger, so that way when you go put out your little precious seedlings that you worked months on out into the great outdoors, the stems won't be blown over in the wind. They'll be used to the wind, so they won't take such a hit. They all take a little bit of hit with the sunlight because the sunlight is much powerful than these lights, but this will help aid your seedlings to combat the forces of nature. And there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the little ins and outs of my little secret grow room haven down here. I hope it's inspired you to set up your own little grow room. And if you liked anything in this video, please thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, please list them down below. I'll respond as soon as I get to them. Thanks for joining me on this seed growing adventure. Until next time, take care and happy growing. Cheers.